Cedar Point Trivia Challenge. And keep the app open to see if you are the lucky ticket of a lifetime winner at 8:30 p.m. Thank you.
Yeah, that's better, right?
Hey everyone, this is Tony from Fantastic Chronicles, come to you one last time from Cedar Point before HallowWeekends starts up. This is going to be my last trip up here. Welcome in, Garrett. Thank you for joining me tonight. Said I'd bring one more night of some sights and sounds and lots of people. My day has been okay, Garrett. I've had better days here, that's for sure. Ran into some issues with the ADA pass. My son got kicked out of line, not once, but twice. Second time, my best friend was in line with him, kind of held his ground on getting on the ride, and then wound up going to guest services up front where they proceeded to apologize profusely and gave me a lot of free ride passes. That way I didn't have to deal with the child that was done for the day, because he was pretty upset. For him, I think he felt a little embarrassed because he got kicked out of a line for no reason whatsoever. But outside of that, we've used those passes and made it a great day. If it starts lagging, Garrett, please let me know, because this area was a little touchy last time, but I've got good service today, so we're going to try it out. How does the picture look? Does it look clear and can you hear me okay? You know, on my end it's showing good, so I'm not sure, because it was showing good last time too. We're going to take a walk back to where I wanted to go last time and kind of show off our giant Ferris wheel and show one of the coasters that just got announced a few days ago will be being removed on September 6th until the last few years, and the newer, larger coasters come in. This one was actually considered one of the big four for the park, and now it's just kind of an afterthought. And I wanted to ride it today, but it's been down most of the day, so it's kind of been the story of the year, story for the year here. Rides up and down. It's got two twisting spikes, 215 foot apiece, 71 miles an hour. It's a very good ride. you're watching on the replay, please consider subscribing. Give this thing a thumbs up. I have a few more trips planned up here after HallowWeekend starts. So I'll be bringing you guys some of the scare zones and some of the Halloween festivities that go on up here every year. We're kind of waiting for an announcement this year as to whether or not they're going to hold a Winterfest up here. Some of the other Cedar Fair parks have it. They've never had it up here because, once again, we are literally a few miles away from Canada and on the water. And there's two of my little ones waiting to ride the Ferris wheel. Hi, do we know you?
Huh?
Do we know you?
Get away from me.
Okay, bye.
Oh, that's so
We're going to take a walk up towards the pavilion area and take a look out over the water and show you one of the most beautiful features that this park has. There are a lot of grouchy people here today. Hasn't even been that hot. I figured it's because it was hot. You know, usually you get some grouches, but no. One seeker, 301 foot tall swing ride. Garrett, it's kind of hard to cheer him up. I mean, my answer to being cheered up is getting on a roller coaster and going 70 to 120 miles an hour. As a matter of fact, I got on here a couple minutes late because my sons wanted me to ride Top Thrill Dragster. And, Garrett, they actually kicked my son out of the ADA entrance because one of the ride operators from the previous ride didn't sign off on his pass. Then they told me I had to go all the way across the park to that ride and ask them to initial it, then come all the way back and get a new return time. Went to guest services. They've got several of them around the park. They're kiosks. She tried to help me, signed off on it. He went back in. They wanted to kick him out again. And my best friend, who was in line with him, told us, no, we're riding. When we got done, I went up front to the main guest services, and they come out and gave me 12 fast lane passes to make up for it, because we lost almost an hour and a half of the day dealing with him getting almost kicked off twice, and then having to go. We were in the very back of the park and going to the very front of the park at dinner time, trying to feed kids and get there. Nah, I wasn't very happy. I don't deal well when someone messes with my kids. And you know, Brandon is always 2 seconds away from a bad day, even when he's having a great day. So he uses the pass so that his anxiety doesn't build in the lines. And that did not help. That did not help at all. See come off, he's getting angry, he's what's called stimming, which is what some autistic children do to deal with their anxiety. Banging his hands together, swinging at the air. So I get all that calmed down, and as soon as he's seen the free passes, he was very happy with how they handled it. So if he's happy, I'm happy. Oh, that would really stink, Garrett. Especially because you have to be in the park to get a fast pass. version compared to Disney's. You know, you made them ahead of time and you didn't have to worry about being in the park to get a fast pass or something.
So there's
But this area back here is kind of a mix between thrill rides and kiddie rides. Did Martine come into the chat? 'Cause she didn't come in. I didn't see anything from her. She is not with me tonight. She is actually working till 11 o'clock tonight. So bear with me, guys. I got a child that wants to text me. All right, I'm back. I don't know if that pauses it when I flip over to another screen or not, but let me know if it did. I'm also not sure how long we have the opportunity to ride several night rides tonight. So, because this is our last full day, full ride trip, I wanted to show off a few things and then enjoy some time with the kids. All right, sorry guys, I had to sit you down for a minute. Yes, welcome in Magic for 4. How are you doing? Yeah, this park is copyright central. After I'm done with this, I'll have probably about 10 copyright hits. It's okay though. I'm not monetized, they can have it. But this is Cedar Point in Sandusky, Ohio. It's about as far north as you can go in Ohio. If you continue that way, you're heading towards Canada. This is the area I really struggled with last time. So if I don't want to lose the stream yet. This is our home away from home when we can't be at Disney. The majority of our family are thrill seekers, so it's good for us. My parents, my sister, her kids, 3 of my kids. So. Oh, yeah, it is. This is something that they started a few years ago, is having some gift shops attached to the parks or the rides themselves. Did you guys get all moved to Florida, did you, Amanda? I know you were in the process here a while back. That's good, because it's stressful enough just moving, let alone up and moving to a new state. Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, because a lot of the Florida schools have already started back. And the other 2 start back the following Monday. So there's still a few weekdays left up here, which I might come up myself with my wife and just do a ton of vlogging stuff after the season's over to put up over the winter. I have been really bad about vlogging this year. I've had such a blast up here this year with my kids. Getting the camera out has been really hard. Getting myself to go live has been really hard. Up here, let the kids go ride, flip on the camera for about an hour, and just go. It is getting a little chilly out here on the lake. I wish I'd have brought, and I still may want. Maybe Dad needs a new sweatshirt. I don't know yet. Long. Garrett, Michelle, rumor is this is going to be coming to your neighborhood. Oh, they're turning on the lights of the Ferris wheel. This Ferris wheel is very bright. Cedar Fair Park, just down the road from you guys, is rumored to be getting our Wicked Twister. Being the parent to the the parent chain to the company, I guarantee you what's coming here is going to be another big one. So, good. Noah, welcome in, buddy. I appreciate you stopping in. After I prank called you the other night on Instagram. Don't feel bad. I do it to Garrett all the time. I don't know if you guys can hear it in my voice, but I have completely wrecked my voice today. I am one of the most vocal roller coaster riders you will ever hear. I'm the guy that wants everybody else to scream and cheer. My son told me the other day, he said, if I had one ride to ride, and one person to ride it with, he goes, you would definitely be it. He goes, you are the most fun person I've ever ridden anything with. And you know what? When your 13-year-old son tells you that, you feel good about yourself. Over here, and I'm not going to exit, but I'm going to show you guys something they just started a couple nights ago called Cedar Point Nights. Now, I'm sure I've told you guys before, we have a beach here. And because it's one of the Great Lakes, it gets some waves. It's got tide. I mean, it's not like the ocean at all, but it's massive. And from starting last...
Guys, let's go see it. Let's go see it.
Starting from the 6th, I believe, they have what's called a Dine in the Dark, which is in the Lakeside Pavilion, which is right here. And out here, I got to be careful because there's security over here, and they're just as bad as Disney as far as not wanting people to film. So I would try not to film too much of security. I just had this on the gimbal earlier and they said something to me. So I'm not going to go out here and live stream because coming back in I will have to shut it down. And they've already told me that. But they have fires and stuff on the beach. They have DJs. And it's a big dance party. They do stuff for kids. They put in... they give all the kids glow sticks. They get out there in the dark and they get to dance around on the beach at night. It's actually a really neat event. which that is something that I wish I didn't have the kids for, because I would be out there doing it, but I do not like to leave the park with the kids inside of it. I tend to stay inside the park. Now, I always talk about how I love to ride the big roller coasters. You'll see my fear right here. That's 301 feet at the top.
Mommy, this is the way we're going. But can we go one more ride before we go?
That is not my idea of fun.
I didn't pass out though. I'm not supposed to.
Not one bit. Amy, AGC Magic TV, welcome in. Good to see you. I wish you'd have said something to me. I would have told you we'd have been here. We could have met up. I'd love that. It's definitely dropped quite a bit temperature-wise. I haven't had a chance to take a look and see what it is, but it is chilly. And my shirt is sweat-soaked, so that makes it even worse. And to be honest, I said you can kind of equate the weather up here because of the lake, especially when it gets really humid like it was today. It wasn't super hot, it was just really humid. You sweat real bad and then it chills off 20 degrees. It's a big shock. I mean, it's definitely not Disney heat, not Disney heat at all, but it is definitely hot. You know what? We're going to take a little walk through Planet Snoopy here. Planet Snoopy kind of makes me jealous that they didn't have this when I was a kid. I don't know if I told you guys or not, we were here 2 weeks ago. My son Brandon took a last ride on one of the roller coasters we just walked by and had a bug probably about half the size of an eraser in diameter fly into his eyeball and got wedged up underneath of his eyeball. But they do have really great first aid here. Everett Disney, welcome in. Good to see you. Thank you for stopping in. Once again, guys, if you are enjoying any of this at all, please consider giving me a thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. But they've got a really cute little first aid center back here, and they treated him very well. I made him aware that he is autistic, and they took the time and they were very gentle with him, and he was a little freaked out by it because it was still fluttering in his eye. But this is just one of 3 separate areas that they have for kids here. They have Planet Snoopy, then on the other side, as I was walking back earlier, there's Kitty Kingdom, and then all the way on the other side of the park at the Gemini area, the Gemini Midway, is an area called Camp Snoopy, which is more older toddlers. It's got the 2 kiddie coasters. It's also got some rides that are a little more geared to like your 5 and 6 year old kids. Okay, guys, let me know if we get any lag in here. And that leads right into Snoopy's Boutique, which is dedicated to Peanuts. Which I don't know how anybody does not love the little Peanuts. Everybody loves Snoopy. Does not everybody like Snoopy? And good old Charlie Brown. And these things are like the coolest things ever. These Squishmallows. They are... I need a couple for myself. No, I found you a cup. Yes, the good old lovable Charlie Brown. And this is something I cannot wait until next year, and we kind of get past the pandemic, I'm hoping. they do button trading here. Same way Disney does pin trading, they do button trading. Now they do carry pins here, but they don't trade the pin. And then it leads off into the place that I always spend about $100 every time I come, the sweet shop. From fudge to candy to cotton candy to candy apples to candy coated. Yeah, you always have to behave when Garrett's a moderator. I mean, let's face it, Garrett times out his own moderators or just hides them all together. All right, guys, back outside. Don't let Garrett fool you. He wields that wrench like a golden hammer. Okay, everybody, cross your fingers for me. In about 6 minutes, they are going to announce tonight's Ticket of a Lifetime, which if I haven't talked about that much, this is technically our 151st year, but they're doing the 150th anniversary celebration this year. And starting last year, they're giving out 150 Ticket of a Lifetime. And if you win that, it's for you and 3 other people, and it's gold passes for life to Cedar Point. Carol, welcome in. I'm really glad you could join us tonight. I'm really trying here, guys. My voice is wrecked. And I've still got 2 more rides I'm going to get in here just before, right after I get off this live. Yes, for tonight and tomorrow, they still have the 150th Spectacular Parade, which winds around the park and culminates in what's called the Celebration Plaza. And then they have a really cool show. If you go back on my channel and look probably about a month ago, I do have the full parade and the nighttime show as a live stream. I highly recommend you check it out. I've said it. I don't believe for a second that it isn't. It is on par with a Disney parade and Disney show. It is. I have my doubts. I mean, because we are just a basic amusement park, but they put on one heck of a show. So we're going to take a... Well, the problem is Carol's always in my stream, but I can never get her over to Cedar Point. She's not that far. She could come over with the family, meet up with my family. Oh, here we go. Oh, they didn't announce it yet. No, Martina's not here. She's actually working a 16-hour shift today. So I brought my best friend with me, so I got a co-pilot for the ride home. These kids all swear they're going to stay up the whole 2.5-hour ride home, and they don't even make it out of the parking lot most nights. I wish she was here. You know, I love to give my wife a hard time, but that woman is my absolute rock. Tell you what, this is not my idea of a good time right here. Not moving. That's the 3rd time today that it has stopped mid-run.
I'm going to say that you weigh about 46 pounds. If you go ahead and sit on the scale.
Well, Garrett, you're my best male friend. My wife has to be my best friend. I mean, the one that gives me the hardest time too, but my best friend.
So you do not get a prize. I'm so sorry.
So I don't know if I ever showed this. This is one of the neatest things they have in the park. And it's just, when they put this coaster in, and 2013, I believe. It's called Gatekeeper, if you see it up ahead. Those two tracks actually go over top of the entrance of the park. Come on, say Tony.
For your chance to win. You could be our next winner.
Nope, didn't say it yet. They usually announce it right at 8:30. But that's going over your head as you're walking into the park. And it's probably one of the tamest coasters this park has ever put in the last 20 years. I wish I had some information on this carousel, but I know that it's one of the oldest operating in the United States. I always like to have a little information, and I probably do have more useless information than anybody I know, but this is one of the older carousels still operating in the U.S. Ever at Disney, it is a very cheap version, and it's not my favorite thing to ride. I am not a fan. Now, do I ride it? Yes. But my kids ask me to ride it more to laugh at me than to actually get on it and ride it. Because they know that I'm going to sit there and I'm going to hold to the middle. Because any little breeze, that thing is moving around, and it makes me a little nervous. But it takes you from the front of the park to the midline of the front of the park. It's more of an attraction than transportation. Although, if you're tired, it'll get you to the front of the park. This is the best time of the day right here, when the park starts coming alive with lights. Now that we can see it a little better, I want to head back to the midpoint of this midway and zoom in on the Ferris wheel and let you see what it looks like. Yeah, I would not be happy suspended up there like that, swinging in the breeze. No, no, no. Big no-no. I mean, at its height, it's about 140 feet. But 140 feet is a long way down. And if they think they're coming with a ladder to get me out of one of those, they're crazy. I don't know how well that's coming through in stream. Yeah, that is absolutely true. Rest your legs, get out your camera, and take some great pictures, because you're going to get a great picture of the park this way. But in comparison to Disney, it's very affordable. Me and my son hold platinum passes to Cedar Fair, which means we have 11 parks to choose from in the U.S. Hey.
This, we at Cedar Point, you know, if you ain't gonna get on the rides, don't come. You know what it is. Shout out to the
Where are you guys from?
Detroit.
Detroit?
Yeah.
Have a good day. All right, guys. I love it when people stop me. Anyways, what was I talking about? I don't remember. Get kind of caught off guard. But I think I've shown it in previous videos, but one of the most iconic things they have here is called the corkscrew. It's an old Aero coasters, looping coaster, and it runs right over top of the Midway. That excuse me. Sorry, guys. You'd asked me the price compared to Disney. Platinum passes for me and my son, because we like to travel to other parks, is $202 a year, and a gold pass, which gets you into just Cedar Point, is on sale right now for $99 a person. That's for a full season. Tell you the truth, Carol, they could take that out tomorrow and just leave the corkscrew over the Midway for the iconic value, and I don't think it would hurt anybody's feelings. They would need to put in another smaller starter coaster for people starting to do inversions on roller coasters, but you know, I rode it today with my son. It was his first time riding it, and it gives me an instant headache every time. Because from the moment it goes down that first hill to the moment it stops, it just rattles me something fierce. And I've ridden some tough roller coasters and some hard to ride roller coasters, and this one here gets me every time. But for the $99, that gets you full season from the end of May all the way through October 31st every year. So, I mean, in comparison to Disney and $1,300 for a season pass being out of state, this is where I'm going for the foreseeable future. And the fact that for each person we can add food for $109 a year and drinks for $35 a year. So for 6 of us, for $350 a piece, we're talking, what, $1,800? We're all taking care of food, drink, and all the rides we can get in a year. Yes, we had really good weather today, Jonathan. See if some of those colors come through for you. Snow Star Flyer in Orlando, but it's very intimidating to me. And like I said, you could put me on any roller coaster, you won't get me on that. If I ever tell you guys I did ride it, I need to be checked out because there's something wrong with me. I appreciate all you guys coming in today. And I hope you enjoyed seeing this section of the park. I unfortunately am not going to be able to stream much longer. I'm going to probably go get myself a drink. I'm going to find my kids and we are going to go hit those coasters that they want me to ride. And I'm really going to enjoy but I'm going to find them. I'm going to ride those rides that they want me to ride with them, and just enjoy the rest of my evening with my family. So, yeah, I did. Melody, I believe that you are a new subscriber. Thank you for subscribing. And yes, we did ride Valraven today, and it is, I mean, it really is a one-trick pony, but I thoroughly enjoy it. But yes, Carol, that's it right there. That is the inspiration for the logo of my channel. Now we do have another introductory coaster called the Mine Ride here, but to me it's not a true coaster in the sense that it's thrilling. This was the first roller coaster I rode that took me upside down and gave me some thrill. So this will always be what I probably use for my channel logo, even if they ever take it out. So I'm going to come up here. I'm going to turn you around. I'm going to tell you goodbye with the colors of the Scrambler and the Matterhorn in the background. Yes, Carol, it is very rickety. The last couple of times I rode it, I was a little worried that it was going to kind of fall apart on me. Oh, that's a little invasive. There we go. All right, guys, thank you for coming in. Sorry it's a short stream. I do have one coming up late September. I'm going to be back here for HallowWeekends. I want to try and live stream and bring you guys all the scare zones and some of the fun that goes along with HallowWeekends. Thanks for joining me tonight. If you're watching on the replay, please consider subscribing. Everybody give me a thumbs up if you like what I showed you tonight. Tony from Phantasmic Chronicles. Have a good night, guys.